What up, my gems? Thank you so much for your patience. You guys are definitely by far my most dedicated magic dizzers. So let's get into it. I had a drink. Or, whatever, Gemini. I know y'all ain't gonna judge me. Alright? I had to make time for y'all on my little staycay. GeMiNizzles. Let's get into it, my gems. 23 was on the clock, so y'all definitely feeling yourself right now in a physical sense. You could be athletes. You could be coming back to your body, maybe after having a child, after having fallen off your diet, what have you. Getting a sense of, excellence and athleticism coming out of you, Gemini. Alright. GeMiNizzles for shizzles. Let us get into it. Magic Demon Tarot. Like, share, subscribe below. Let me know. Two of Swords out of the gate. A decision on your mind. You might be thinking about somebody that you're considering if you want to marry them or not, if you want to move forward with them, if you want a business partnership with them. But then we have a Two of Wands in the reverse. So there's something about this person that's not trustworthy in your eyes. You're not ready to reveal all your plans. If you're in a planning position or profession, you are the kind of person that's very serious about keeping your intellectual property your intellectual property. Okay? Devil in the reverse. That's saying to me that you are right on the money with that. Very much right on the money. Alright. Now, there could also be an offer coming your way that you're thinking you should reject on moral bounds. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely a holier-than-thou vibe or person could be in your essence. Somebody that's single, you could be feeling a little bit... If you're not single, you could be feeling a little bit... a little touch of the old thirst. And if you are with somebody, then your relationship is definitely in a high point. Perhaps your relationship is causing you guys to be a little bit insular. The person you're with could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, because we have a King of Cups here, an orb. It could be somebody that's very much into fantasy, sexual fantasy. It could be with you guys. That could be something that keeps your relationship super strong. You could be in also sort of a partially open relationship where one of you or both of you is experimenting with some aspect of your sexuality. The Nine of Pentacles here is actually the Frankenstein card. And if you look there, you can see that, there's the little stitch marks and that kind of thing. If you don't know anything about Frankenstein, it was a monster created out of the discarded or buried organs of past organisms, so to speak, dead people brought back to life. So there could be some aspect of your relationship that has come back from the dead, or some part of yourself that's coming back from the dead. The Empress here. Maybe you have a feeling when you're starting to feel a little bit itchy, a little bit wanting attention with the Five of Swords here in the reverse. There could be somebody in your sphere that you don't like. Perhaps if you're in some sort of open relationship, or if your person has a friend or a coworker at work, something in your spidey senses, and then with this Five of Swords here in the reverse, is telling you that this person is trying to get with your man or your woman. Ten of Wands. You're putting a stop to this. Temperance. Reeling things in a little bit. I don't think necessarily you can put a stop. You're not the kind of person that would want to control the behavior of others with this Temperance card here. But you do get sick of stuff, and you might be getting to a certain point where you're ready to say, hey, I'm sick of this, and if I get to, the next stop on this train ride, I'm getting off. Alright, Four of Cups. Yeah. You could be a little bit bored. Perhaps the fantasy element is... Or maybe you're feeling selfish with the person that you're with. You might be having some sort of possessive feelings that maybe you didn't have so much in the past. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're not wanting so much to play nicely with others. So let's get a little bit of clarification on that. With the Six of Pentacles at the top here, that's meaning not giving time or not giving thought. In my mind, not giving charity. Maybe not being so nice to others that you might meet in social situations because you're feeling like what's yours. With the whole intellectual property thing, could be work, could be a relationship, but it's definitely a situation where what you feel like you have some sort of gem or some sort of treasure inside. The Emperor here in the reverse, but you have the Empress in the upright. So some part of you might be feeling a little bit unfulfilled. in that relationship if your partner is seeking others and you're not seeking others, or if your partner is having relationships which used to not bother you but now are kind of pricking your ears, bringing your spidey senses up. New vision in reverse. All right. For some reason, you're not really looking ahead in your relationship to the next chapter in the way that you were doing before. Some sort of financial development could have come into play. Silence in the reverse. The other person could be starting to talk to someone else too much or talk too much about what's wrong with your relationship or about you, making you feel pessimistic about the next chapter. Change in the reverse. Wow, could that be any more clear? Pessimistic about the future with the change card in the reverse. Fearing change. Nothing is permanent except change. Nothing is everywhere except change. Nothing can be expected except change. Politics in the reverse. You're not really being very 5 of 5, so could be born on the 15th, 16th, the 6th. Definitely could have been born in June. Something about you doesn't play politics very well. You can maybe in the moment, but then it could be that you feel kind of sick after the fact with this miser card in the reverse. You feel like you have secured the bag, but then who do you have to share it with? Morality in the reverse. You could be feeling kind of shysty about something that went down, politics-wise, work-wise. Patience in reverse. Maybe you were impatient with someone. You compared yourself to somebody with this comparison. Interesting. Comparison here shows a bamboo pole and a tree trunk. You could have been the bamboo pole. Somebody else could have been the tree trunk. So perhaps initially, Gemini, you maybe made a wager or counted yourself in with some camp. And maybe you're regretting that now. Maybe you're seeing that maybe we should have gone with regular wood instead of the bamboo. Conditioning in the reverse. And you also maybe have gotten away from some of your good habits. But the conditioning card in this deck is actually a wolf that was raised by sheep. Or not a wolf, a lion raised by sheep. And then one day he has this realization that he is a lion, but he's been conditioned to be soft. So there could be some parts of you that are battling, Gemini. That would not surprise me. It could be two parts of you. Your duality is very much in play here. What is this 10 of Wands that Gemini is just kind of over? What is this miser feeling? Is it a relationship thing or is it a work thing? Abundance. It's not a work thing. Or if it is a work thing, maybe you had to screw over a friend in order to get the financial payout that you feel like you deserve. But at the same time, you don't feel like they deserve to be done that dirty. Maybe you had to play the game, the lovers in the reverse. They could have rejected you or you could have rejected them, but at the same time, maybe you did care for that person. All right, one more. The Hierophant. Voodoo Warlock. All right. If there's anyone on your mind right now, Gemini, that is more mystical, they might be more roots-oriented, cause-oriented, folk magic-oriented, something like that. You want to learn from them. There was something about them that was so curious and so seductive to you. And yet you, with this comparison card here, maybe thought you were way too different from them. Or there was something about them that if you understood would take away from your status. Maybe in a work situation. Or if it's a relationship situation, this person might be the first person that your person, follow me here, the first person your person has actually had feelings for or has been attracted to. So if you're in a situation where you guys might be open, and maybe you played around a little bit, they played around a little bit, but you never had any kind of feeling of being, of your union being in danger. But your emperor, either you're kind of getting sick of them, or they're getting sick of you, or you did something in work that's making you feel kind of bad. One more, last one, postponement. Now I said last one, but it's postponement. So I know my gems, that is going to make you kind of upset. But let's look deep into this card. We got a Bob Ross sunset. We have a woman in a gray background, in a black and white background. So maybe she's thinking, man, I should really get back to painting. Painting made me feel happy. But for some reason, it's postponed. It's a gray day, or it's a dark day, or a cold day, Gemini. You could be very, very much in your seasonal affective disorder, especially because you're a summer baby. So if you've been thinking about doing something like painting, Getting back, like I said, into learning more about the metaphysical, accepting change, radical acceptance, Gemini. Big one for y'all. All right, radical acceptance is when, even though you've been shafted or things are not to your benefit, you just accept it and you move on. So for now, you're going to have to maybe close a chapter if you did something or somebody else that you know and love did something that somehow messed with your ego. I'm feeling definitely a strong ego challenge vibe here. You're being asked to put more time into what is curiosity, what symbolizes curiosity for you. Things are good on the money front. Now, I would urge you to be careful not to screw over other people as you're climbing the ladder. And if that's not you, I apologize. I'm not making any assumptions. But if it is you, or if it's somebody that you know, if you see something, say something, all right? Magic Team Magician Tarot, like, share, subscribe below. Let me know. Gems. I'll be back soon. Peace.